Okay, YouTube, I wanted to show you how to take off the rear quarter glass on a Wagoneer. It's a really simple thing to do, but I haven't seen any videos on it, so I figured I would show you. Well, I forgot to film it, so I'll just quickly redo it. First step, take off this interior trim. That interior trim is typically like so. It's held on with just some Phillips screws. Next comes the glass, which is inside the seal, and that sits on the inside of the truck. And it's only held in, really, by whatever adhesive the previous owner or the factory put on, and some tension that is on this area here, right through here. So what you do is you take this lip seal, and again you have to do this from inside of the truck. Okay. From the outside, you take a scraper or something that, try not to damage the seal because you might want to reuse it. This is the original, and it's actually in pretty good shape. So take something and slide it under this flap here to undo any adhesive. It'll likely be brittle. What I ended up having to do on the inside was to come here, put a like a paint scraper or something, and then just lever the window to the inside. The window has to come to the inside. Ultimately, what you're able to do is, and it was easier for me, push here, push the whole thing on the inside. Carefully, you could see how much adhesive there is, or was, everywhere, but this stuff was old and very brittle. So just scrape it off, or just scrape it and push it in, and it came out really relatively easily. I'm going to try to reuse the seals. I'm going to condition them, clean up the inside of them a little bit, and reinstall them with some weather strip adhesive once I'm done with the body work. But essentially it was surprisingly easy. What I found inside wasn't too bad. Through here, a little bit of surface rust, no holes or anything, so I ground all of that off, sanded it down, rust treated it, and epoxy primed it, and now primed over the top of it, getting it ready for some base coat paint. So not too bad overall. On this other side, I'll show you what it looks like before any of the paint work is done, because this side is about the same. You could see it's really not a great design, because the lip seal essentially ends up being, or a pinch weld, sorry, ends up being like a cup, and any water that does make it past the seal, well, it's just going to collect in here. So if you're able to, like this one for example, I don't know if you can tell, but it basically protrudes past even past the surface here. So anyway, I'm going to grind that down, treat all the rust, to remove as much of it. It's just surface rust. Treat it and get it ready for paint, just like the other side. So got a little bit more done. I took off the chrome or the stainless trim around here. I'm going to clean all of that up, and then paint the underside with the base color that I plan to use. It's just going to be the same color, basically, just color match. But I wanted to treat everything before I reassembled it. Okay, so stay tuned. Bodywork is starting to come along really slowly. I've never done it before, but I enjoy it and there's no hurry.